Ryan Marsch, welcome. Ryan is the head trainer for F45 here in Winnipeg, the first F45 franchise in Lindenwoods. Ryan, thanks for being with me today.
Hey, Darrell, thanks so much for having me, man. It's a pleasure and an honor.
So, I wanted to reach out to you, man, because every time you've been kicking my butt at 6:30 in the morning, your energy has been up, and you've always provided great motivation and great perspective, and you're in your zone, and all the trainers are really. But I wanted to talk a little bit about when the gym was just starting, which was just before COVID-19. And you guys were on the climb. You're building up your members, and you're helping people get healthy. And then all of a sudden, you get the news that the gym has to shut down. Just what was it? Just can you speak to what it was like as you were starting to build? The excitement, what was going through your mind, and up until the point where you had to pivot.
Yeah, I mean, it came in a hurry. Obviously, this was a franchise that came in from Australia, and the idea and the concept is unreal, right? It's a bulletproof concept. We love it. We find a lot of popularity growing through North America, and decided to open up one in Lindenwoods. Our location is beautiful. It's great. It's exactly what that demographic needs, and it was really growing at a really great pace. Opened up in November, really had a lot of traction right out of the gates, and coming into the new year, the spring season's typically when a lot of people get into the fitness industry. They get into those classes, they start wanting to trim the winter weight, and they're really looking to make some changes come for the summer. So again, we were just in the ending few weeks. We had a couple weeks left in our first ever challenge. So that went really well. Had a lot of participants participate in that. So things were going really good. Just about to finish that. And a Monday morning comes along, and we get the news that, COVID-19, we're going to have to shut down for a little bit just to be precautionary and a little bit ahead of the curve. But it was a Monday morning. I remember we ran our last few classes for that day, and I got the call and not coming back for the afternoon classes. So all of a sudden, as a head trainer, and this is my livelihood. It's, I'm very invested into, how this plays out. And, we're into month 5, and I'm feeling great. Our numbers are going up, and I'm spending all my time there because I'm really enjoying the atmosphere. I'm really enjoying the team. And all of a sudden, nobody's allowed in the gym at all. Well, what do you mean? Well, everybody has to be 6 feet apart. What do you mean? So I'm all about the high fives.
Right.
So no longer high five anybody. It's like, what do you mean I can't high five? That's my job. I'm the high five guy. And now I have to keep 6 feet apart, and it's a different world to try to coach people and get their feel when you're doing it on a Zoom call, or right. It's just not the same, right? You don't get the same type of community effect, get the same type of push and motivation, and things changed very quickly, very, very quickly, and it's been a little bit of a rocky go, but it's all about perspective and kind of how you look at things. Yeah. And, maybe this was our time to take a breath and to really reevaluate. I mean, as many businesses are doing. But yeah, I think it's all about your perspective. So I'm not looking at it as a loss by any means, but yeah, more of a learning spots and where can we go and what are we going to do from here? So.
Appreciate you sharing that, man. So, I was following some of the emails that were coming through, just, as all of Manitoba was getting the news as to what the direction was and what was, permissible, what was highly suggested and highly recommended. There were, businesses that were open before the mandate came down, so to speak. And I remember seeing some emails come through that said, hey, let's respect some distancing and we're not going to do high fives. And so was that accurate to say that like you had to have some classes where you weren't doing the high fives? Is that?
Yeah, so there was a good 3-day period where it was the first discussion. I didn't want to take it off the table. I was all for high-fiving and staying sanitary after the fact. So you run your high five lines. You make your way home with a sanitary wipe, and you make sure to take care of your stuff take care of your gym clothes and things like that when you get home. Shower. As long as you're sanitary before and after the fact, when you're leaving that gym and contacting other people, I thought it was a safe environment to be in.
Yeah.
But the more you learn about the virus, the more you learn about how things are spread. It's evident that being in a facility where you're going to be transmitting the same air through the same ventilation system is just not an ideal situation, and that's how you'll contract it. So it's better to do. I'd say be over cautious in this fact. So it was only about a 3-day period where it was okay. So there still are high fives. Okay, let's send email. Okay, no high fives. Okay, it's the weekend. Okay, still no high fives. And then Monday rolls around. It's like, okay, no high fives and no more classes. And it's like, all right, well, okay, that was quick. At least it happened within a couple of days for us because, again, we were going strong, just keeping the sanitation on high alert. And then it was, it was passed along to us that lots of local businesses were closing down and things were going in a state of emergencies. So we had to obviously follow suit with that. But interesting times, especially in the fitness industry, something that's booming in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. So what did that couple week period look like for you between the shutdown and then figuring out how you were going to adapt?
Yeah, I guess not being in a very favorable position left us to really just try to think of our clientele first. Getting out the emails, letting them know that they had the ability to pause and cancel their memberships and put those on hold until further notice, and just really trying to be in front of the ball with trying to keep the community together, right? The togetherness was what we were looking for as a gym. You're really kind of in it together when you work out and you sweat and you go through a little bit of a bonding experience similar to team, right? So it's that's why we call it team training, and it is life-changing in a way. The community has stuck together quite a bit since that challenge had been gone on, and we were almost finished it, so nobody really got to finish the competitiveness, but we had a little bit of competitive spirit going on there. So it's a good bonding experience, and keeping that community together was important to us after that transition. So we did our best to get these Zoom workouts and the connecting with our group chats and staying as involved with our community as possible. That was pretty much step number one. And really trying our best to just mitigate what kind of a loss we were taking. So again, it was more of a take care of our people and take care of the members, and then hopefully that goodwill will pay off in the future. So
that must be for you guys. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but the values are community.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, and that's kind of what we've based on, right? It's a customer service industry, and it's I've always been a team guy. I grew up being a football player, quarterback, and it's essentially about how you can enable your team, and the better your team plays, the better you're going to be, right? So try to do your best to get that team on board, and everybody's looking forward to the same thing, the same goal, right? Everybody sees what the mission is, and we all take care of each other. So that was kind of the goal as soon as it closed down, was just make sure that everybody's doing all right, and make sure that everybody's going to be supported throughout it, and just reassure everybody that we're going to be there at the end of this, right? We're going to be able to make it, and everything will eventually work itself out. So
that must have been really reassuring, and your members must have felt really reassured hearing that, right? And also your team and the members to know that you're going to make it through, and that everybody's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's nobody can predict these things, but
yeah.
We'll be all right. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So, in the challenge you were talking about, that's the 90-day challenge. Do you want to just so where did you guys finish up, and how do you reconcile that last little bit for people to get over that finish line? What does that look like?
Yeah, there was no conclusion to that. We had just said, hey, due to the circumstances, we're going to award. There was a few gag gifts that were awarded just to kind of keep the community. Keep the smiling going on throughout the event. We had a lot of real good success from a few people, whether it be 5% body weight loss, body fat loss, or just a few really good success stories. One with the habitual food eating was now something that she could control, and something that she had a really good sense of understanding with it. What was her dieting plan? So that was a really good success story as well from that challenge. But we didn't do anything to celebrate, obviously, with the mandates that were going on in Manitoba. Yeah. But we will kick off another challenge once things reopen. Hopefully we have a date set in the near future. I know that phase 1 and 2 don't include our gym, but I believe phase 3 will include gyms and facilities like that. So hopefully we're included in that, and we have a good set date for the future here, because it's coming to that time where people are getting itchy to get back in and want to restart this thing. So yeah,
people are gonna want to go to the beach, man.
That's what I'm saying. It's great.
So what do you let's talk about what you're consuming right now. You said a lot of professional development or personal development, and then let's talk about sports and athletics in a minute here. So what are you taking in? What are you
reading? I mean, my daily practice, I try to hit 5 things. I wake up and I try to hit I have meditation that I try to take care of, a workout that I try to take care of, reading, journaling and writing, and then the last one is affirmations. So if I can take in those 5, I know that whatever happens after I get those 5, the momentum has been started.
Yes.
So I can essentially choose a direction. What direction you want to go? Personal, if you want to keep that going, if you want to go into coaching people online, if you want to go into some days for me are guitar practice, some days are I'm going to continue reading whichever book that I'm onto right now. But it's essentially, once that momentum has been started, it doesn't really matter which direction I go. I know that I have a positive energy, and I have a good sense of self before I enter that.
So you're really centered.
Yes, centered is a good word. I still work with it, so I don't know if I'm at the centered spot just yet, but it's a work in progress. So I feel good though. I'm really enjoying the time, and I'm really grateful for it, because I don't know if COVID's ever been around before, but it was a free couple of months off for me. So I've really developed a good sense of gratitude for the vacation and the time that I get to spend on myself.
Nice. What brings you joy? Is it just being able to have that time for yourself, or?
Yeah, I mean, knowing that I'm taking care of all the things that will benefit me, the things that I've researched, the scientific benefits for things like meditation. Well, some days when you have a work schedule, if you're working a lot of shifts at the gym and you try to meditate, well, you're tired and you fall asleep, and you don't really have the time to sleep because you have to wake up at 4:45 the next day. So you sleep for 5 or 6 hours, and then you wake up and do it again. Well, there's no real time to meditate because you're kind of tired, and you're kind of I'm just grateful for that time to really devote to that without the stress of going and having something else to do and to be somewhere to have. I still have meetings and we still have workouts,
Sure.
things like that, but the commute time is down, and my office doesn't change very much. You know what I mean? It's all the same here. So, so I'm grateful for the time without the constraints of, having to be here at a certain time. And I just get to do the things that I enjoy. And I know that, again, that extra sleep, if I sleep till 8:00 or 8:30, well, it's okay, because 7 hours is scientifically, it's shown to be a lot better for you than that 5 hours. So, I mean,
Right.
I don't really need to be up at 5:30 when I don't have much to do. So I'll take that chance, and I'll sleep a little bit later. And then, so we're working with it. It's all a work in progress, but I'm really grateful for the time off right now. It's good.
Well, I'm glad you're getting sleep, man. Glad you're getting caught up.
Yeah, totally.
What are you reading right now? What are you taking in?
I actually just cracked a new one today. I had just finished the Longevity Code.
Haven't heard of that.
Human biology book, essentially just about aging and the causes of aging and what aging actually is at the cellular level. So that one was very interesting. Lots to do with gut health and the microbiome that's in your guts and how it affects essentially your second brain, and lots of neuroscience in there as well. So that one was great, but I just cracked one called Headspace Meditations. So just a little bit more, I'm really into meditation at the moment. So if I read a little more, maybe knowledge that I do already have. However, it's always good to see and read other perspectives, just to, again, reinforce where you're at and kind of give you that other perspective again on the whatever you're into at the moment. So
yeah, well, the longevity code, man. That's I'm 44 right now, and I'm looking at, man, how do I get to 120? How do I get there? So this is
right.
Gonna be a timely.
Could be that person is alive today. The person who's going to be there, probably the person who's going to be at 200 is already alive today.
Really? That's interesting. When I read that, I'm going to reach back out to you, man, so we can.
Yeah, most definitely.
Talk that through. I love neuroscience. There's some great authors that I've read and read their work, their body of works, and offline I can share those with you. But great stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'll share it online. Dr. Carolyn Leaf, she's brilliant.
Okay.
And Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yes, I know lots about Dr. Joe for sure.
Right. Brilliant work. So yeah, Longevity Code. Okay, check it out. Hey man, love sports. Love playing it. Love competing. You're a competitor. So speak to a little bit. You said football and you were a quarterback. You're the general for the team. But just how did that experience in sports help you navigate just the changes that went on so quickly and where you're at right now?
Yeah, that's a great question. Essentially, I've been looking at it a little differently as of the last couple of years of my life. Sport for me has really been, in a sense, a religion. So learning certain values about teamwork and hard work and things that really mattered, respect for your coaches and your teammates, and those lessons that I've learned in football essentially are similar lessons that you learn in religion, and they're similar lessons that you learn. It's just a different way of learning them.
Sure.
So I was fortunate enough when I was younger, from an age of, I think I was 5 years old, I was put into sport. It was soccer, then baseball, then basketball and volleyball and badminton and everything you can play out throughout the high school and middle schools. And having that sense of team and having that sense of values, respecting teammates, always working your hardest, having a common goal, really trying to make sure that your teammates feel togetherness, feel that community. That's how I've really grown up. And it's really played a part in how I've dealt in business and in life ever since. I haven't really been part of a team in the last little while per se, nothing competitive by any means, but the sense of teamwork comes in my workplace. It comes with my friends. It comes with my family. So I just take those values and I really try to emulate them on all the levels, on every level, right? And that is who I want to be, and that is, I think, in my opinion, a spot that I can truthfully and honestly say I'll enjoy being. So just really using sports and those values that I've learned to do the best that I can. I think it's invaluable, right? People learn how to be, have to have Buddhist monk qualities, or how to have Christianity qualities, or, well, mine was just sport, and other people have other ones too. But I was able to take sport and really turn it into a lifestyle. So it wasn't just football, or it was really just those common values and that common community that I was able to really use to get myself to where I am today.
Yeah, I agree. Sports is like life. It is life, and it reflects life, and achievement and failure, and responding and adjusting and adapting and setting a goal, and having that vision of the championship, or having that vision of that next level that you want to get to, and everything it's going to take. Sometimes it's with the team, sometimes it's not with the team, man. But I like how you describe your journey, and just how you've been able to it sounds like you've gone from playing it to living it, and that's really cool, man. Appreciate you sharing that. So, man, how anybody would enjoy having a conversation with you? How can people reach out to you, or whether it's about the gym, or find out more about what you're reading? How can people get in touch with you, Ryan? If you want to drop.
Yeah, I mean, you can always definitely contact me on social media. At Marsch on Instagram. That's probably the best bet. I'm also the head trainer of F45 Lindenwoods in Manitoba, in Winnipeg, Manitoba. So if anybody has any questions for me, they can contact that facility, and I'll definitely be relayed the message. So I appreciate you having me on, though, Darrell. It was really an honor. Thank you so much for the convo. It was really good.
Absolutely, man, and appreciate you coming on. And I trust things are going to get rocking and rolling for you real soon. And until then, enjoy your sleep and your personal development time. Appreciate you coming on, man.
Much appreciated. Thanks so much, Darrell.